Gute Tag and welcome to PA Dutch 101. This is video 21 in our series and we will be dealing with the topic of negation today. In Dutch we're going to be using the two words net and ken. I'll explain those in a minute. This is a grammar-based video. If you haven't seen the previous 20 videos, I would invite you to watch those first, then come back and watch this one. Okay? So, negation. In Pennsylvania Dutch, there are two words used for negation, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. Net and ken. Those are the two we're going to be dealing with today. And really these are the only two words that we use for negation. Sentences are negated in Pennsylvania Dutch just like they are in English. Here's an example. In English, that is expensive. Negated, that is not expensive. Okay? Another example, I am eating potatoes. Negated, I am not eating any potatoes. Okay? So in English we tend to use the word not for negation, and sometimes we'll also include the word any. Alright? So you've been doing this your whole lives. Actually, I think you'll find the Pennsylvania Dutch way of negating very easy because it's very similar. Okay? Let's deal with net first. Net is normally placed before the word that is being negated. An example, the same one translated into Dutch, cel is duur. Cel is duur, which would be that is expensive. To make it negative, we're adding net, and we're placing it before the word that's being negated, in this case expensive. Cel is net duur. Cel is net duur. That is not expensive. Okay? Now, net can also be placed at the end of the sentence to negate the whole sentence. Okay? An example, ich kauf cel. Ich kauf cel. I am buying that. Ich kauf cel net. Ich kauf cel net. Net all the way at the end here now negates the whole sentence. I'm not buying anything, or I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that. In this case, cel. Ich kauf cel net. I'm not buying that. Okay? So, the placement of net is a little questionable. It can move, but I would always say, as a rule of thumb, put it before the word that's being negated. Okay? As a general rule of thumb, net is used with negating verbs. Think about that. If you're negating an action, in this case buying, use net. Okay? The other word that we use for negating in Pennsylvania Dutch is ken. Now, general rule of thumb here, ken is placed before nouns to negate them. We go back to our original sentence we had in English at the beginning. Ich ess Grumbiere. Ich ess Grumbiere. I'm eating potatoes. In English we said I am not eating any potatoes. In Dutch to do that, ich ess ken Grumbiere. Ich ess ken Grumbiere. The ken is negating the Grumbiere, which is a noun. Okay? Put it before it. Great basic evening. Let's do a little bit of practice here. Negate the following sentences in Pennsylvania Dutch. So here's the first one. Ich hab ein Hängeglas. Ich hab ein Hängeglas. Hängeglas would be a mug, like a coffee mug. How would you negate that? Ich hab kein Hängeglas. Hängeglas is a noun. We're negating a noun, so use ken. Here's another sentence. Du hockst gern in Café. Du hockst gern in Café. You like to sit in the cafe. Okay. How are we going to negate this? Du hockst net gern in Café. We're negating a verb this time. Du hockst net gern in Café. Der Bob spielt Quarter mit mir. Der Bob spielt Quarter mit mir. So Bob is playing cards with me. How could we negate this in Pennsylvania Dutch? Der Bob spielt kein Quarter mit mir. Now here we could do two different things. We could say that and stop. Bob isn't playing any cards with me. Or we could say der Bob spielt Quarter mit mir net and get rid of the ken. In that case, Bob is not playing cards with me. So as you can see, sometimes in certain situations you could use either or. But the general rule of thumb, net with verbs, can with nouns. Okay? That's a quick overview of how we form the negation, or how we negate sentences in Pennsylvania Dutch, net and can, the usages. That's it for today. So, bis die nächste video. Don't forget, feel free to email me with questions, concerns, ideas for future videos. But until then, mach's gut und schwätz Deutsch.